Looks like we're there. Okay. Oh, food. Just cool enough to eat yet? Not good. Let's go ahead and, yeah. Much regret. Let's go ahead and, what are we doing? Dear Esther, look, I'm sick, okay? Get off my back about it. I'm sick. I'm really sick. I've been sick for just a long time now. I don't like this fever. I want to play a game. This one I don't think I have to think much about. So, we're playing Dear Esther. I should find the window where it actually is so that I can actually interact with it at this point. There we go. Alright, so we got that. We got this. I just hope the sound is on. Somebody's going to have to let me know one way or the other. Why am I gray? It has a little color. Okay. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's bright. Apply. Done. Apply. Apply. Done. Back. Start. Director's commentary. Maybe another time. First, all I want to do is hear it. Why can't I hear anything? Oh, there we go.
Dear Esther.
Dear Esther. Okay.
I've lost track of how long I've been here, and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me.
Wow.
I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I've always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
Okay. Could be a bit of foreshadowing. Looks like we landed here at the lighthouse. Now, how did we get here? Oh, I love this whip. I hope you can hear that. That's amazing. Is this the boat we came in? That thing is sunk, dude. Yeah. Alright, gray or not, I'm getting this light out of my eyes. Oh, that's so much better already. Okay. Is my fill light on? Fill light's on. Everything's good. Alright, so here's the lighthouse. Although I've been here before and I happen to know that we can't go to the top because the stairs are... Well, this isn't the newest building. There's another boat. This is a no-jumping game. See that red light off in the distance. What can we see in here? Not much, but we got a flashlight. We just step in here and not very helpful. I have been in places like this where the paper trash is just becoming part of the floor. That's pretty nasty right there. You can hear the wind howling through things. Radiator looks good. What's on the papers? Some music. Some music that's upside down. Let's see. That's actually music. Sometimes in these sort of things you find assets where the sheet music has no clef or it has no doesn't actually make sense or something. Oh, here it is again. We can maybe more clearly see it this time, I wonder. Key of E flat. There is no time signature. The first grand staff has 2 treble clefs. The second one is a proper grand staff. And then the bottom one has 2 bass clefs. So yeah, I guess this is a weird thing too. At least it ends with a fermata and a double bar line, so it's something there. Nothing to see here. More music. Old nasty sink. Been a while. Handles are gone. A lamp. I kind of want to pick it up, but you can't do that in this game. It's just a walking around game. Was that a deck of cards? It is a deck of cards. Interesting. I can see up in the rafters. Can we open the back door? No. Look at this. Look at... Ooh, here we got the glow-in-the-dark paint and chemical symbols that also don't make a whole lot of sense. And this is where we would have been able to go up if the stairs still existed. But they don't. Here's some bars. And that's all we got. Hey, Karen the person, how you doing? Oh, that's fine. My last couple of streams have been just as horrible as this one's gonna be, so you're not missing much. I am so sick. I got the COVID. Finally. I was hoping to opt out entirely, but you know how it goes. Have you seen this game before? Have you seen Dear Esther? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear it too. My fever got up to almost 105. It was so bad I came this close from going to the ER. It was painful, it was not good. Now I've just got a regular fever. And this is like, you know, I've had it for almost a week now. So I didn't want to have to think, I didn't want to have to do reaction times. That's a thing, you know, like people, you don't want to drive drunk because alcohol impairs your system and it makes you slower, right? It makes you to where you can't react quickly to things that are happening. And having a cold or the flu or COVID or something like that does the same thing. So why can't you know, why don't they ticket for people driving while sick? Because it literally does the same thing. Some, like the way I'm feeling right now, I doubt I could probably, if I was normal healthy, have enough alcohol in my system to make me legally over the limit and have better reaction time than I would right now if I were trying to drive. They do that actually in Scandinavia somewhere. I forget which... Oh, hell! I forgot the bird. The bird came out of the bathroom. They do that in Scandinavia somewhere. Where you can actually get ticketed for being sick. Like that was the joke, right? It was like, here we can get a ticket for driving under the influence, and there you can get a ticket for driving under the weather. I still want to know, like, it just says... It says luminous paint. Like, it's actually luminous paint. Like, this isn't at the store when I go to buy paint. Where's the glow-in-the-dark paint for me? And why does it glow so nicely? Let me get the light off of here. See that? Even when I'm not shining it. This is like dusk, and this has been indoor away from the sun, and yet it's glowing very nicely. I want very, very glow-in-the-dark paint that I can use for my own stuff. But anyway, I'm happy to see you. I have not seen you in a while. I realize that a good chunk of that's my fault, because I haven't really been streaming on a regular schedule like I want to. Neither have I been uploading regularly to YouTube. I found a video of mine promising that, you know, oh wow, thanks for the 90 new subscribers and stuff, and I can't believe how the channel is growing. I will definitely have to get on that and start uploading more regularly. It's like 8 months ago, and that was the last thing I published, and it's just... it's hard. I've even got stuff in the works. I've got stuff in the pipeline. Boy, listen to that wind. Can you hear the wind? Is the sound from the game coming through? I absolutely love the creepy, beautiful soundtrack to this thing. Yeah, good. Anyway, I know that there's a trigger down here for part of the story, so if we can get down far enough on the beach and get it started. But we are absolutely casually doing this game today. So much crud. Now this is an island in the Hebrides, off of which is Scotland, I believe. There we got music now. There's that violin or cello.
At night, you can see the lights sometimes from a passing tanker or trawler. From up on the cliffs, they are mundane. But down here, they fugue into ambiguity. For instance, I cannot readily tell if they belong above or below the waves.
Wow.
The distinction now seems banal. Why not everything and all at once? There's nothing better to do here than indulge in contradictions whilst waiting for the fabric of life to unravel.
We're gonna go up those cliffs soon. There's no difference to him between a ship that's sailing and one that's under the water now. It's pretty messed up. There's the white lines on the cliff up there. See the parallel white lines? Use your golden ratio or something like that. Except it ends with a diode symbol. Those aren't supposed to be together.
I have found the ship's manifest, crumpled and waterlogged under a stash of paint cans. It tells me that along with this present cargo, there was a large quantity of antacid yogurt bound for the European market. It must have washed out to sea. God knows there are no longer gulls or goats here to eat it.
I feel like the yogurt part of the story comes back up at some point. Can't stick around, already on your way to sleep. Oh, that's fine. I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you so very much. I will see you next time. I really am trying to do this more often, or at a more regular schedule at the very least. See you later. Thank you. I'll try to get well. Ah, my face itches. Oh, man. This stiff brush, ain't nothing better for scratching than that. Now, where were we? We were gonna go up the little escalator-looking ramp. It's back here somewhere. The stories that this thing tells are not in order. They are from a truly unreliable narrator. And they change. They're not always the same trigger. So you have to play this over and over again. Look at that, even individual weeds and flowers and stuff. If you look straight down on them, you can see how they cheat. How it's flat prims printed with them in different directions. But just even from this far away, like, look at that. They look pretty real. Even when you know the tricks they use. You can just feel that sea breeze, smell the salt. Heading on up. I don't remember. Was there a way to get on the other side of this fence? There might be. Look how far we've gone already. Oh, this is that slide down. If I had, let's see, can we get across here? And clearly the answer is no. That's okay. So there's something I skipped, and I'd like to go back and hit that spot. We'll do that. I love the feeling of openness. I love the evening cool and that strong sea breeze. Let's get back around here. I'll go up the side this time. There, that's what we're supposed to be aiming for, right? That light. Even if you don't know that you're supposed to be aiming for it, you really can't help yourself. The designers did a wonderful job of guiding you towards that light. Always kind of keeping it there in the distance. Okay, I guess there was no trigger, so the thing I'm looking for is on the other side. Over here. Did I make it across? Now, how did I do that? If I couldn't get across there the other way. Don't know, don't care, not even gonna ask. Such a strong wind.
Donnelly reported the legend of the Hermit.
The Hermit.
A holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form.
With the boat with no bottom.
Allegedly, he rowed here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Let's enter the cave. No flashlight, huh? There is light flickering down there. Y'all seeing this? And it stopped. That's freaky. Huh. Well, hopefully we'll get around there to check that out. Whoa, bug. Oh, that actually scared me for a second. That was definitely lights flickering down there. Maybe this is the part where I couldn't get back up. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like this is the part where I could not get across properly. And then we slide on down. Okay, so maybe that's... Alright. So I've taken both of those paths now. Let's get back around this other side. Back up the escalator. I want to go sailing. Not in that water. I want to go sailing on a lake. Where the ocean can't try to kill me. Okay. So yeah, I'm glad I went back. That was definitely the part where I needed to retrace. I should have done that to begin with. But now we're heading back towards the beacon.
Donnelly's book had not been taken out from the library since 1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out. If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
What is that?
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection.
How do you know which?
Wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this: to keep any would-be rescuers at bay.
He carved
the infection
these lines.
is not simply of the flesh.
That is weird. The infection is not simply of the flesh. This dude is corrupted. Those it would have taken forever to carve that. And again, he says he's been here so many times, right? Now, if we come back around this side, now we have a left and right path to take. Let's stick close to the mountain. I want to know where the other end of that...
I quote directly: a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex.
Who?
It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
Oh, it must be something about the book. But I just want to know, where's the other end of that hole that I was looking out of? And then there was a cave with the light flashing. Is it possible for me to find that again? Must have been there. Must have been down there. So what about the other way? Could I have gone somewhere else and done something else over here? I do not want to slip down there. So we get down there normally. There's another fence, but we'll take
Dear
a walk.
Esther, I met Paul.
Paul.
I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
So was he not there at the time when it happened? It's beautifully rendered water. Water and fire, both of those computers have been able to do for a while now.
He still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there. I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
I think I missed out on something now. I think this is the way I'm supposed to be going. And that I've missed going through that cave where the flashing light was. That's what I was heading for that whole time. And can I get up on that side of the fence? Let's take this path instead of standing in the water. For as long as it lasts. Yeah, back toward the lighthouse now. Here's my notification to go to bed, but what good is that gonna do me? I can't go anywhere or do anything tomorrow. Or I will infect everybody! Okay, so this is the path I probably should have been following out that whole time. I came down this mountain. And so I should have been... I can't get down anymore. I should have been down here. All over the rocks. Coming down this side. And heading over here to where I saw the flashing. Because we definitely saw flashing. Did you hear radio chatter? Now where's the hole? Is that it right there?
I would leave you presents outside your retreat in this interim space between cliff and beach. I would leave you loaves and fishes, but the fish stocks have been depleted and I've run out of bread.
Creepy.
I would row you back to your homeland in a bottomless boat, but I fear we would both be driven mad by the chatter of the sea creatures.
Very active cave here. That is a neuron. More chemistry-ish. It goes off into more of a dendrite sort of situation there at the end. And this thing... just don't wake that up. Whatever that is. I don't know. Weird. Such a cool little place, though. It's more of that paint. Okay. The light flips off automatically as I start getting out here. I guess we're in the water now. Probably shouldn't be. Let's see if I can climb up. Actually, kind of makes me wonder how far out in the water I can go. I'll probably drown. Although there is a boat over there. Let's just find out. Let's not find out. This is definitely just going to end the thing. Follow the stream out. Oh, pretty violin. All the bugs, grasshoppers and things. I think that's what they are. You can get just the soundtrack to this game, and it's amazing. Where's the water come from? Can we go up? A little bit further. A little bit further. No further. Go back over to the Stonehenge looking thing. I feel like there was something to look at before. Oh, here somewhere. You hear the voice in the wind. Creepy, creepy. We will ascend. Just enough where you can't tell if it's something to listen, like somebody's saying something, or if it's really just the sound of the wind. This is so dark, I would turn on my flashlight. Oh, we've reached a step here. I guess we jump down. Apparently.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
To pull ashore. But he can see it in his rear-view mirror, whatever that means. Now, which way do we go? There's big boats out here. There's something flashing way down there. Let's go check out the ships. So that looks like a treasure chest, doesn't it? It's probably a pressured firkin or something. Yeah. Yeah, if this had been Zelda, we could, magnesis those up into the final notice. What? Equita certificated bailiffs, warrant of execution. I wonder what that means. this side of the fence. You can hear him shuffling through the sand.
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital.
Kidney stones are
After
no
the
joke,
operation,
man.
when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Oh, the pain of his stones are now as big as this island. That actually makes sense to me now. I've had a kidney stone since the last time, or a bladder stone, whatever it is, I guess kidney. Since the last time I played this. That's the way I'm supposed to be going. Okay, I want to finish checking out the stuff. I end up on the path. But that means there was that whole other side back there. Oh, man. Okay. I want to go and check all the way out over at those cliffs. All the way over there. We're going to check the boat. We're going to walk over that way. We're going to see what's inside that shipping container. You hear the chains rattling around. A little light buoy out there. My man's been here
There
before.
must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
That's an antenna. Whoa. Neither did he eat nor drink. And neither did he eat. Man, this guy has had some time on his hands. Stuff here. See how the soundscape changes? Now it's echoey and you hear the wind blowing across the doors and such. Is that my yogurt? Man, that is creepy sounding. It's like they were really here when they really recorded this stuff. I'm trapped. Can we go this way? No. Life preserver. That thing is creaking. What is the dock line tied to? So the path I said I was going to come back to should have been the one I did first. Again. I need to start just doing it right the first time.
I've begun to wonder if Donnelly's voyage here was as prosaic as it was presented. How disappointed not to have found the bones of the holy man. No wonder he hated the inhabitants so. To him they must have seemed like barnacles mindlessly clinging to a mercy seat. Why cling so hard to the rock? Because it is the only thing that stops us from sliding into the ocean. Into oblivion.
Maybe eat or drink. And there's that again. And so at this point we know we're now heading in the right direction. Except instead of going back down there, we'll take this upper path this time. This is new. Or maybe it wouldn't have been if I had come this way to begin with. I don't know. Found out earlier while I was setting this up, this is a game that you can control with a controller. And it is so hard to do that with a controller. Man, anytime you have the option of a mouse, you're going to take the mouse, right? Is this where I came down from? I feel like that's where I came down from to begin with. And so I need to go back this way and then up into whatever that crack was over on that side. Is that right? Okay, this path here. Kind of off the path, but whatever works. I guess we're going down.
When I first looked into the shaft, I swear I felt the stones in my stomach shift in recognition.
I don't think we're supposed to go into the hole. What happens if we go into the hole? We're finding out what happens when we go into the hole. Ready?
Come back.
Yeah, we're not supposed to do that. Okay. Stack and Armin. Achievement unlocked. What does that mean? Also, where'd the hole go? I can't see which direction. Okay, I am now on the other side of the fence from it, so I'm guessing they didn't want me to do that. Where would we go? Around. Let's go see what this house is up here. That's the around path I should have taken a second ago. Okay. this go? Back to the ship. This is just the upper path. Okay. So the lower path led to the hole. The upper path would have brought me here. Aiming straight at that house. I'm seeing the light up there again. So what's up this way?
I've begun to climb, away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
They're just trees, logs laid down like this. They remind me of the amphitheater seating at certain national parks. You got a light? Yes. Drugs. That one's like spilled pills everywhere. Reread this. I feel like if I blew that up enough, I could probably read it. Looks like a printed label, though. It looks like an actual typed up prescription for whatever it was. You remember when prescriptions were typed? They're all printed now. Is that light buoy that we saw earlier? Ascension sounds kind of sad but triumphant.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians.
Another story.
He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it.
Good grief.
There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him, either.
The dude died of goat poisoning. Disease do you even get from goats? What are those? It's that same chemical symbol, but this time it's drawn entirely with almost electronics symbols, but not quite. Man, you can mess up an ankle here. What's this? It's another one of those weird things that he's done. I don't think I've ever seen this before. These stacked up rocks right here. Wild. Okay, let's go over to the other building. Proceed down there at some point. There's that again. Anything unknowable.
Inventory. A trestle table we spread wallpaper on in our first home. A folding chair. I laughed at you for bringing camping in the lakes. I was uncomfortable later and you laughed then. This diary, the bed with the broken springs. Once asleep you have to remember not to dream. A change of clothes. Donnelly's book, stolen from Edinburgh Library on the way here. I will burn them all on the last morning and make an aerial of my own.
Some more handwritten stuff. There's a book over there. I couldn't quite make it out, but the letters looked like Cyrillic. A tub with blood or something red in it. Yeah, here's again. What is this? Kinda Cyrillic-y looking, but kinda not. It's just, I don't know, kind of backwards looking too. I'm not real sure what we're seeing here. And what are these? I don't know. What are in the poorly rendered bottles? Nothing is round in this universe, huh? Except that, okay, as soon as I said it, then got something. But look at those. Look at those hexagonal cans. You know? Eggshells? Ah. Maybe that's what they were talking about in the music. You know, the Gloria in Excelsis Deo kind of thing. Something history. Aberdeen history, okay? And I wonder whose ultrasound it was. My health has steadily deteriorated. Oh, something 2004, and that departed or something to, or attempted to depart to something on July 3rd or 13th, 2004 with an invalid passport. Something during this period, my health has steadily deteriorated. We finally found something we could read. It's folded into a hat or something. Cigarette butts. You'd think there'd have been more of those so far. Is this where the guy's been sleeping? I wonder. That looks like the most modern thing around. Got a torn pair of jeans. I don't know. Bird snuck up on me again. Oh, there he goes. Not a lot of animal life other than a couple of birds that have tried to mess with me. I guess we head on up the path again. There's that light. Whoa! Wait a minute. We go up? We came from this way. Excuse me. I don't think we can get up. Yeah, that's the rock stacked. We tried to go that way. Okay, so we're definitely going down here. Wind is picking up something fierce. Wow, that's quite the leap. Excuse me again. Can't get that from here. That is the skeleton of a boat. You can see the mast still sticking up and the kind of the outlines of it. I'm pretty sure that I get to that at some point, but I don't know if that's some point right now.
Jakobsen's ribcage, they told Donnelly, was deformed.
Ribcage.
The result of some birth defect, or perhaps a traumatic injury as a child. Brittle and overblown it was, and desperately light. Perhaps it was this that finally did for him, unable to contain the shattering of his heart. In half-light, his skeleton a discarded prop, a false and calcified seabird.
Yeah, we are getting down there.
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose.
Ugh.
He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot.
Gross.
But he is proving an unreliable witness.
You're one to talk. Yeah, the ribs of a boat. They definitely thought this through.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken.
Yeah.
It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones.
Yikes.
I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
That's bad news right there. All the sounds. Still climbing. Maybe not. Oh, hello. definitely been here before. Man, I have such a better flashlight. If he told me, I could have loaned it to him and wouldn't be dealing with this. I got a flashlight that'll turn night into day. Tight pink of the skin that's swelling as the pain comes crashing in on waves. Ah, man. Maybe not to the extent that he's got it, but I know what that feels like. It's not good. Oh, I feel like we're reaching another loading screen. We have a candle. Get the orangey red of the candle, and now the blue of the natural glow here. I guess we're going down the hole. Whoa, whoa, that slipped on down there. Achievement unlocked, Jakobsen.
Donnelly's addiction is my one true constant. Even though I wake in false dawns and find the landscape changing, flowing in constantly through my tears, I know his reaching is always upon me.
Look how far we fell. With the broken ankle and all that. But look at this place. I don't want to fall down that hole in order to visit here, but I want to visit here. I'm afraid if I actually did this, if I came and I walked through here, every one of those things would just break off and come down and stab me in the brain. Here, again, we have the orange-red, warm light of the fire. Let's go see where the super blue is coming from. Because I don't think this is his paint anymore. This is some bioluminescent stuff going on in the cave down here. Oh, I love this. It's so cute. That is definitely death that waits for us from above here. Does it look fuzzy to you? Why is it so bright here? I don't remember seeing something red here before, ever. Look at that. See how sharp that thing is? Right there. Man. So pretty. Can I wade into the pool? I shouldn't, but let's see what happens. Disturbed it. mushrooms. This would scare the crap out of me. I wouldn't know what was poisonous. Probably just breathing the spores around here would give you death or something. They stood back up. Did you see that? My guy, like, ducks right there. That's not me doing that. And then when we walk out of it, he stands back up again. Fairy theater in here. Oh, this is so cool.
It was as if someone had taken the car and shaken it like a cocktail. The glove compartment had been opened and emptied with the ashtrays and the boot. It made for a crumpled museum, a shattered exhibition.
From what I can tell, Esther was hit by Paul, who was driving the car, although he swears he was only tired, not drunk. But he still feels guilty about it. Jakobsen is just somebody whose story was about this island. I'm not sure where the tie-in for Esther and this island come from. This is where this guy has basically come to end things. Maybe they both used to come here. This guy's gotten pretty messed up. Okay, I'm not real sure what the way out is at this point. We'll go there. We came in roughly this. Wait a minute. Oh, I see what they did. Is this my ducking area? Yes, that's the ducking area. They put me through here. Didn't really see that properly before. So we went all the way around this thing, and now that we're back this way, this appears to be the more well-lit area. Blue one again. Ooh, look at the waterfall. It's gotta be so slippery in here. Listen to that sound, though. I don't want to get close to that. Is this fresh or salt water that's in here? And how do we get around? Can we get around? Okay. We will fail. We will... so slippery. There is not a path to the other side. Well, I guess we dive. Here we go. Which way is up? go. I guess this way. It's quite the dive that we made, though, isn't it? See if we can make our way up the slippery rocks. Oh, this is pretty. Print screen. I hope that's saved somewhere. Cannot go that way. Go upstream. Wow. Is this the other side? This looks like the thing where I said there wasn't a path to there. Did we start right there and then dive down and come back up here? Wow. Well, let's see if I can get across this side of that slip anyway. It's not certain. I don't think we're going to make it. That's exactly what just happened. I guess that's just the way he does this. Dives through and then goes up like that because he's clearly been here before. And how he managed to get through all that, swimming included, and bring fire with him, I'm not entirely certain. Of course, we're not even certain if this is real. We don't know if this is his imagination, or if this is merely an artist's representation of the last bits of his sanity crumbling apart as he reaches the end. I mean, after all, we've been playing for longer than that candle should have been burning. Oh.
In my final dream, I sat at peace with Jakobsen and watched the moon over the Sandford Junction. Goats grazed on the hard shoulder, the world gone to weed and redemption. He showed me his fever scars, and I mine, between each shoulder the nascency of flight.
What's a fever scar? know we're going to go walk that water, but just want to see what's over here first. Might be on the way out. Yeah, I think we're on the way out now. Let's go back down. Idea what that symbol is. Look at these crystals, though. That's different. Ooh, big ones, lots of them. Ooh, even more of them. The outside wind, or is that just the water rushing? That was wind. This is a big old circuit diagram. What are these crystals? Hard to push against this water. And that's as far as we can go anyway. We are blocked. It pushes us back, yeah. Can we get up here, though? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe? We did it. Nope, nope, wait, yes. Got it, okay. Is that the same symbol? That's the same symbol. Over here. Get up real close and personal with these things. I want to reach out and see if we can pull one off of there, you know? There's a muddy beach on that side. I guess we could have been in the water. Let's go in the water. Ooh, it's a little faster this way. Let's see if it's stuck anything up in the bridge. Guess not. Is that natural light? Well, is that outside light, or is that more of that bioluminescent light there? Those are those crystals. Something is really up right there. There's Squidward again. All the way to the end. Look at that. There's paper boats. See them? What are those paper boats that he was folding? Yeah. That's where a bunch of them end up, apparently. But how to get out of here? Not on this side, maybe on this side. We'll take the path back. Can we go up there? Maybe. Alright. across the bridge, and this time we'll actually go on up that ramp. What's this one? Some kind of weird transistor or something, I don't know. It wasn't the proper symbol. Boy, this place is just huge. Thanks to those viewers that have made it along this far. I see you there even though you don't talk much. And I appreciate it. Now, this doesn't look like how we were getting up before. Let's try this one more time. Let's try it down this path. Up this path, however it works. Under the ceiling needles. You hear the water running, but you hear all those drips too. Big ones, big slapping drips coming down from the ceiling. You can tell how active the cave still is, formations forming and such. From the water running through the rocks. Changing colors again. Kind of a stone gray blue here. Oh, that's different. I have no idea what I'm looking at this time.
I will hold the hand you offered to me, from the summit down to this well, into the dark waters where the small flowers creep for the sun. Headlights are reflected in your retinas, moonlit in the shadow of the crematorium chimney.
I cannot tell how deep this is. Shall we find out? Pretty deep, considering. Wow. Heck of a swimmer, especially for the whole broken ankle thing, you know? Candles. Something Damascus. Behold, Damascus is taken. Yeah, it's not getting better for whatever's going on in his mind here. This is pretty messed up. Away from being a city. And it shall be a ruinous heap. All these colors and lights and stuff. Can't imagine actually being there and seeing such things. Another pool to get through. Oh, we're going underground this time. Coming up on the other side. Dude swims like a stone. Where'd the choir go? Acts 22 something. Acts 22 10 maybe? 6 says, but as I was traveling and getting near to Damascus, about midday, suddenly out of heaven a green light flashed all around me. 10, perhaps? At that I said, what should I do, Lord? The Lord said to me, rise, go into Damascus, and there you will be told about everything it is appointed for you to do. We cannot. Oh, we're down the hole. Whatever motorway. That is a hospital bed. Covered in coins. There's money all around this place. I don't know how far we can go from here. I don't think we're supposed to be under this water. Oh, did I just drown? Achievement unlocked. Man of the Rocks. What did I do? It's foggy up there. Oh, loading. Okay. Achievement unlocked. Esther. I can only hope he's not about to tell a story. Just a moment to go grab another drink. I hope he doesn't tell a story. I'll be right back. Okay. Now what story did I miss? It's a problem with the live stream. I can't take that sort of thing out. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, what we got? Swedish fish. In an inside bag. Okay. Okay. Fish. Okay. Game on. Also a new drink. We made it out, and it's nighttime now. More candles. Boy, look at that moon.
The moon over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
What is happening here? Stuff going on there. There's that moon again. not on the water. Okay, so no, don't go down there. Go back up over where I was. Well, now there's a distinct upper and lower path. And that one leads up to the lights. That moon would not be staying that still if this was real. You don't think it moves very much, but when you trying to get a picture of it while it's that low, that thing is moving fast. Okay, so this goes out to all those lights. What about from above where we were? It seemed like that was going there too. Wait, how do we get back up there? Or can we? Have I already given up that path or something? No. Here we go. Alright, let's try this again. Digging for candy. Not paying attention to my footing. Okay. Past the paint can shrine. Watch it just mix straight with that path down there. Okay, so we were just a few feet from this. There's one more light over here I want to go see. That I might not otherwise have gotten to go see. Oh, it's the wreck. Wow. No, this is the upper path.
We shall begin to assemble our own version of the North Shore. We will scrawl in dead languages and electrical diagrams and hide them away for future theologians to muse and mumble over. We will send a letter to Esther Donnelly and demand her answer. We will mix the paint with ashes and tarmac and the glow from our infections. We will paint a moon over the Sanford Junction and blue lights falling like stars along the hard shoulder.
That's a heart starter. Ooh, and one of those kidney-shaped pans with some gauze. Man. We still go this way? That was it for that way. Okay, so now it merges with the down part. Which means now we can go explore these candles down here without having to go back all the way. Don't seem to be any triggers down here for the story, though. Okay, I guess we didn't miss much coming down this side. Except for that weird heart starter candle shrine thing. At least one of those characters looks Hebrew to me. I don't know what the other one is. It's too hard to tell what that is, who that is. I don't know. There's our beacon. Pieces of the wreck.
There were chemical stains on the tarmac, the leak of air conditioning, brake fluid and petrol. He kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their smell. He said he'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter. He'd stopped for farewell drinks earlier, but had kept a careful eye on his intake. You could hear the sirens above the idling traffic. From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
All those Dear Esther letters, his armada, he folded them up, folded her with him, floated them out until they sunk. All of a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Eggs? There are actual eggs in here. This dude is extra crazy at this point. Can we get back this way? Okay. didn't have my first Swedish fish till just a couple of years ago. Just couldn't bring myself to eat a fish can, whatever. I mean, there was no indication as to the flavor. I always went like, what is that about? Why fish? The light from heaven shone around him. Yeah, they're just gummy fish. Not exactly the same as regular gummies, but a very similar sort of deal. Not cherry or strawberry, but just kind of red flavor. In the same way there's a, things are purple flavor rather than grape. They're good. We're heading the right way again. I think we're backtracking a lot at this point. Excuse me. How do I get up there? Not like that. Maybe. Okay. Maybe this is how I was supposed to be doing this to begin with. Maybe instead of coming down that way, I was supposed to come down on the beach and then back up this way to see these things. Hard to say. We're back here again. I am no longer confident that I'm going the right direction. But if there's a path over here, then we'll see about it. There doesn't seem to be a way. It shouldn't be this hard. Okay, there's that. No and no. I'm lost. I don't know which way the game wants me to go right now. That is quite a moon. I'm going to just go straight to the moon, since that seems to be the greatest luminary here. But I feel like I did that, and we got to the Paper Armada. Still a beautiful scene. Man, I love that water. There's light way up there. How do I get up there? I must have taken a wrong turn on the end of this thing. That was almost bad. I ran my leg into the do the keyboard tray, where I am resting my drink. Let me put the drink up there where it can't be kicked. There's that. We're still going across. It is past my bedtime. I am really pushing it right now. Okay, so we did this part. There's got to be an upper path. Still a light here, so I'm at least supposed to have walked this way at least once. And then from that light, there's a light to draw me. This triggered the story about the Armada, I believe. And then I went back down instead of up. I think that's where my turn was. There it is. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Oh, look at that. There's some big stuff scribbled up there. I don't regret it. I don't regret walking all the way back there and here again. However, I both rue and lamented.
When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they resuscitated him by hitting him in the chest with stones gathered by the roadside. He was lifeless for 21 minutes,
Whoa.
certainly long enough for the oxygen levels in his brain to have decreased and caused hallucinations and delusions of transcendence. I'm running out of painkillers, and the moon has become almost unbearably bright.
Wow. Looks like we got an up and down path again. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Was this the up path? Was that it? Okay, so we got one more candle and then they merged. That's fine. Whoa, wait a minute. Is that a person? That is a person standing there. Can't get there. I can't get there. Oh, the game is messing with me, isn't it? I don't know. Still see it. Can still see whatever it is.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
And as he was proceeding on his journey, the game definitely put something there to mess with us. Come near to Damascus. It's just random pieces of scripture. Eat or drink.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Man, that color change. On this side. Oh, there's a building over here.
Returning to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial.
Ew.
I must become infused with the very air.
Infused with the air. Came to pass that as I was I made my journey and something past this chain link fence now. Clearly here. Sound. Danger. Unauthorized personnel keep out. We are authorized by the open gate. Clearly been here before. Man, that is scary. The handrail's right there, and this way is just nothing. With all that wind and stuff, could you imagine? Noon. I have no idea what that says. Shown from heaven. It's more of that. This is not a well kept up trail. And yet, this aerial, this antenna, seems to be something that's actually
perched on a spent bonnet, sideways, whilst the sirens fell through the middle distance and the metal moaned in grief about us. I'm about this night in walking, old bread and gull bones, old Donnelly at the bar gripping his drink, old Esther walking with our children, old Paul as ever, old Paul. He shakes and he shivers and he turns off his lights alone.
Was she pregnant? What I'm saying is that antenna is clearly working and on and broadcasting or rebroadcasting something. How is this the actual path to get there? How is it not maintained at all? Even if this island is supposed to be uninhabited at this point, it just doesn't seem right. Lots of chain link, lots of barbed wire or razor wire, whatever that might be up there.
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air. White lines etched into these
Achievement unlocked. Something written in Irish that's impossible for me to pronounce, given the very little time that I saw Sean something.
Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We've always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
the shadow? He's a bird now. It showed the shadow of a bird. Although I don't know where the... See? Even though the light's in front of us...
Come back.
Well, that was Dear Esther. Achievement unlocked. Paul. Little Lostopoly. I don't hear any music. Am I supposed to be hearing music at this point? Performed by, look at that, violin, viola, cello, piano, vocals, samples, and audio effects. The Chinese Room, whatever that means, but that's the name of the production company. Special thanks to lots of stuff, lots of people, lots of places, companies, University, Portsmouth, Valve, the source modding community, and everyone who helped us to do all these other cool stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, that was Dear Esther. What did you think of that? I've seen it before, and it's not always the same. But I just can't interrupt that final sequence when he jumps off. Even knowing where that goes, it's just not... listening to the story and listening to the music, it's all so perfectly put together. It is an experience, and every time I hear it, I feel like I get a little bit closer to what happened. I don't remember thinking that she was pregnant before, but there was ultrasound pictures, and we didn't know where those came from, and then he said that she was walking with their children, and there was never any indication that there were, like walking hand in hand with that, so I'm thinking maybe she was with twins or something? I don't know. Now we gotta go back and look at those pictures if we can see them. I don't think they were clear enough to see. I mean, even in reality, those kind of ultrasounds aren't clear enough to see something, you know? Every woman shows up with one of those things, oh my god, look how cute the baby is! And I'm like, your baby looks like what happens when the TV's not on the channel. You know, that's... I don't know what you're looking at, but... I don't know. Maybe we could find the asset that was created from and take a look at it. I don't know. But there you go, Dear Esther. Some call it a walking simulator, but again, I really don't think that does it justice. It is a story that you explore. It is an audio-visual experience. That's it for tonight. It is well past my bedtime. We made it over the 2-hour mark for this, which isn't bad for Dear Esther. It might clip to under 2 hours by the time this makes it to YouTube, since I'm going to take that walk back down the beach where I made a wrong turn and back out, and I don't know how long that was. But, yeah, for those that stuck around for the entire stream, wow, I can't believe some of you did that. But it's been a good one, so I will see you again next time. Hopefully, I'll be healthier the next time we see each other, although probably not. I took the week off from work because of this, so I'm just going to be streaming constantly. So, I'll see you as soon as we can. Have fun. Over and out.